EnglishTim here. Today's video is about how to win in battles. So we've been asked this a lot by a lot of different players. How's a basic how to start fighting guide? So this is aimed at people who are fairly new to the game. If you've been playing a long time, you probably would have come across this strategy. It might still be new to you, so please check it out if you're still not super confident in how to fight. So what are we covering today? What we're covering is how to take on a more powerful player. Specifically, this video will cover how to attack whilst their dragon is out. So I've got this video up on the left here. You can see that the SH-23 here is attacking my SH-20, but the SH-23 is already on fire. Why are they on fire? It's because I've set them on fire. I have defeated them. So you can check out here the report that I lost 2,000 troops to his 55,000 troops, and this is a much more powerful player. So how did I win? Well, the key to victory here was whilst his troops were off up here doing an attack, he was attacking a city a long way away from his, far too far away. He left his city unguarded. He had 55,000 troops, all of very questionable quality. They were mostly T6 siege and other T6, T5 level troops. I have enough to take on 55,000 of those, especially without a dragon. So basically, he left himself way too unprepared to take an attack. So what were the lessons? How did I win? And what should you do to make sure that you do the same? So if you go to any other player's city, this is somebody in my alliance, so I won't be attacking them now, but you can check out their power here. It's a very quick judgment on how many troops they're likely to have. If they have a stronger than you, a higher than level stronghold than you have, and a similar level of power, it means almost certainly that they don't have enough troops, simple as that. Lots of troops will add to their power, and therefore if they are similar power to you, they have probably a similar amount of troops or fewer if they are a higher stronghold, because stronghold itself is a creator of power. So if a very quick judgment says actually their power is not high enough for what they're doing, they've sent too many troops out of their city and they are potentially in trouble. So what you can do is wait for the dragon to be as far away from their city as possible, so just about to land their attack on the other city or on a tile or wherever they've sent their march. As soon as it's sort of as far away as it's going to get, that's the point you immediately send your own attack. Now, question is, should you scout first? If you're close enough that you can attack and then send a scout and have the scout come back, read the report, and then still call back your troops, I would actually say attack first, scout second. If you're not sure, if you're too close and you know that the scout won't get there in time for you to be able to recall your march, save it to scout first if you want to be a bit more cautious. So once you've sent out your scout, you'll be able to see what you're up against, and if they've not got anti-scout on, then you'll be able to tell if you're likely to win or not. At the end of the day, you're attacking another city. If you can't get enough information, you're going to have to take a punt and say, yeah, it's worth a try, or call it off. So make sure you do have a march recall available before using this strategy. If they've suddenly rushed their troops home, then you also may need to cancel your attack, because a more powerful player, once their dragon's back with all their other troops, you don't want to be going into that situation. You'll find yourself losing extremely badly. And when you attack, only the troops who are covered by your wounded conversion skill will be saved. All the rest will die permanently. It is a riskier strategy, so make sure you only attack where you're going to win. Don't attack in a losing position, it will cost you a lot of troops. So make sure you're also prepared to fight, so get your buffs on, so attack buffs. So if you go up to your lord, you'll be able to see that you want to make sure your attack gear is on, and you also want to switch your talents if required. You may have a switch of gear available depending on your VIP level, so you can switch from farming gear to attack gear. You can also do your standard buffs from your city. So you have attack and defense here. You can increase your march capacity so you can send more troops. And if you also make sure your heroes are set up to fight and your dragon skills here are set on your best fighting skills. Also, you may wish to use the Breath of Fire skill to give yourself some extra kills. Just make sure your troops meet the minimum level 6 requirement. If you don't have level 6 yet, there really is no point using this skill, and you certainly want lots of level 6 or higher troops to make it pay. So now you're buffed up, you're ready to go, you're en route, your troops are going. So what do you want to do? Well, speed them up if you have to. You need to land before their troops return. However, if they're not returning quickly, then you'll get in there, you'll be able to take those troops down, and then you will be in the position I was in, which is taking on a much more powerful player and getting a lot of kills. 55,000 kills. So you can see actually up there, that was Ant, who was the player that they had attacked originally. My apologies, sorry, I attacked in a bit of a hurry and had to get there very fast to make this work, so I didn't record the actual attack. So here's Ant, so that's where his troops were. He had sent them from, in my opinion, far too far away for somebody with his level of troops. He didn't have enough troops home still. So that's why I have set him on fire, and he's now set me on fire. But what I did was use a defensive strategy to ensure that, if I go back, you can see there's my march going to my garrison structure, to my alliance fortress. So what I did is I attacked, I won, I then sent my troops to safety, and he attacked an empty city. He got no kills whatsoever from that. So here's my win, 55,000 kills to him doing 2,000 for a much more powerful player. And then here is his counterattack, where I lost nothing whatsoever. So the key lesson from that is, once you've won, make sure you don't then leave yourself a sitting duck for a counterattack. You're still up against a more powerful player, they've got an entire march which is untouched by your attack, and you'll find that they'll probably be pretty upset that you've set their city on fire, and they will be coming to get you. So send your troops to safety, put up a shield, if depends if you are able to shield, and then what you can do is, there's no troubles there. If you can't shield or don't want to shield, send your troops to safety. You can send them on a 1 hour rally. They disappear from the game effectively for that hour, so they are not able to be attacked. Or send to one of your towers, as long as it's not in a tower which can be attacked by your opposing alliance. And if you can't do that, then send your troops behind the shield of one of your alliance mates. And if you have more than one march worth of troops, you might want to do multiple of those strategies. So there's the way to attack a player whilst they're not ready for it, whilst they're out doing other things. Get in there, get out, and protect yourself. It's a great strategy. You can see it worked for me against a 23 stronghold, much more powerful than mine, and it can work for you too. So key points to note when you're using the strategy: if their troops are on the way back, keep an eye on them, make sure they don't get back in time, and also check for reinforcements. It's feasible that they may have been reinforced. Be cautious, their power might be similar to yours or even a bit higher than yours. They might have a huge number of troops in. So if you can scout first and they don't have anti-scout on, great to keep an eye on that. So plenty of other strategies, so I will keep going through them from my next videos of how to take on those more powerful players and how to fight across the different type of events. If you have any comments, please do let me know in the comments down below. It's a very controversial topic on how to fight. There's a lot of psychology and a lot of different opinions on how to attack. So I'm hoping I will add extra value for you so you can take on board my thoughts and use them in your own approach. And otherwise, if you do enjoy my videos, click that subscribe button and on the notification bell to receive updates about my future videos.
King of Avalon, play now.